All right, it's coming along. I got some parts trickling in for this thing. I got to get some intake parts. I always do that. I lock it when I think it's unlocked. I still got to get some intake parts to get that carb finished up. But I got an idea for that because I can't put the stock one on because it hits the hood. I think I got an idea. So anyway, we got some parts in. Oh, go this way. So, okay, this is fuel pump. Now I've said it before. This motor was originally a propane motor, so it didn't have a fuel pump. It ran off, pressurized. So now we got to run a fuel pump. So you got to order, and I did order the genuine Kohler. It comes in the valve cover. So I don't know if you knew that, but the lifters, they pump it. So then you get your inlet and your outlet, in, out. Ooh, which sucks because the gas tank's going to be over here. I could switch the, but anyway, that goes on there. It comes with gaskets, the inlet, blah blah blah. It might be fine. I'll be able to, because my tank's going to be over here. I'll just run it around. It's not a huge deal. So I could probably swap this one and this one, and then it's here, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll swap the two, because I could always oil fill it from this side. Then again, I'm gonna drop it all over the floor. Then again, maybe I won't, and we'll just give her the old plug and play right there. I'm gonna end up swapping them. So anyway, so that's here. So that's gonna go on. The other thing we got. Been like Christmas. We've had a bunch of parts come in. So I just thought we'd take a look at these, kind of go over what I got planned for some of these parts. I think I got a couple more coming in, and the couple parts I have coming in is for some exhaust stuff. That should really, this stuff here would put this going. So anyway, so we got, I got an adapter that I'm going to make work on this carburetor. This is a mass airflow filter adapter for like a vehicle or whatever, and a plate that you would cut out or whatever. This is going to work to a point. Maybe I have to make this. I may have to make this, and I got a piece of plexiglass, pretty hefty plexiglass, a little thicker than that I think I'm going to make a new one of these out of, so that it fits the carburetor a little better, and we'll go over that. So we got the adapter plate with that. We've got the new air filter that's going to go on this thing up front here underneath the hood. Big air filter. Even the centerpiece has filtering. And this is 3-inch. This goes on to here. Boom. It actually takes 3 different sizes or whatever. Like these come out, and you put these in to neck it down. And put this, your ring on there, obviously, and then this goes on that piece, and that'll stick right out the front of the carburetor. So I got that. We also got so this is a mini. It's like a mini alternator, but they're permanent magnets inside them. It's almost like a high-powered stator that they would have, but it runs off a belt, and it produces a lot. It's something like off a John Deere tractor, something like that. But it can spin either direction, doesn't matter. It can be that way, it can be this way, but that should fit under the hood too. I'll lift the hood up here and we'll go over a couple things. So I got that, but with that, you also need a voltage regulator. So I picked up this big heavy duty voltage regulator, which actually I think goes to this motor. So the 2 wires, you hook it there, and that's your back feed to your battery. Your center post is. That should be plus, right? So back, it's back to your battery. You got a ground wire here. That gets threaded into here, and you ground this, the body, somewhere. I don't know where we'll put that yet. We'll figure out a spot. Probably, we'll see. But anyway, we got that. So those are the parts we got. I'll go over a little bit, kind of where they're going to go. I mean, the regulator, is what it is, right? We're going to put that somewhere. Let's see. That filter's nice. That's nice. So we'll put that in there. We'll go over a couple things on this. I got to get a tank. That tank's so small, it can't even barely hold probably a gallon. But I'm going to run it for now for testing purposes on this thing. So first off, so this is that adapter. It doesn't fit perfect. I'm going to have to modify them holes a little bit, just a little bit, so that'll slip on there. That opening is just big enough for the carburetor hole. So, but the problem is this distance isn't narrow enough. I need to shrink it down some. It's just not, it's not going to plug. So I have to make something that matches this oval, but I'll make it out of a piece of plexiglass because I also have, oh boy, I got stuff everywhere. The parts. What the hell? Oh, there we go. So this is actually the filters and things that came with it. Filters. This idiot. The gaskets that came with the carburetor and stuff. Now this, yeah, see, it's just not small enough. But that's okay because I can use that as a template. Oh yeah, I'll be able to use that as a template for what I need to cut out of something. That'll be the perfect, it'll tell me the holes, how big of the oval. I'm going to make it a whole big oval. And basically I need to make this out of a piece of plexi. Can you see that? Oh, so this out of a piece of plexi. This way's good. I need to make it this way, bigger, so it'll fit behind this, and it'll cover all of this. And then we will, the plexi, I will take that and I will put RTV, and I will RTV that to this body. Excuse me. And then that'll be like one. And then the gaskets and everything will work on the back. Well, there's already a gasket. We'll work on the back of it. It'll be fine. I'm just closing off this. So then, I mean, really, that's the gasket I'll be cutting out. So, here's these extra gaskets here to do that. Okay, so just for the hell of it though, so that is going to end up going on there. Okay, this I have to move. I think, I don't know if I'm going to cut it down yet, or I almost wish I hadn't been that far. I think I'm going to bring it back over here, like, and I'll have to straighten it back out. Something like that. Something like that. Right? Something like that will be fine. And I will put some sleeve retainer in it or something like that, but that'll be fine. Something to that effect. This piece that holds the hood, I think, has to go. We'll have to figure out something, some other retainer for the hood, which I might just do a couple little side ones, like, you know, here to whatever. Because anyway, this is going to go in there, right in front of the motor. So I got to move that little plate, and I think it'll fit. Okay, so that's going to go in there. So with that, then I got to find a place for this guy, and I think with that there, I think I can tuck this. So there's a hole in the body here, or in the motor here, that's threaded. So I'm hoping I can stick this down in there, I think, and get a bolt to it. I might not be able to. If not, I can build off of that. But it's going to go down in there. This does have a tapered shaft on it, so I'm going to have to come up with some kind of. I got to make a pulley to run this. So I have the old arbor out of the generator, the old windings that should have a taper inside it. It's over there underneath all my garbage, and I may have to cut that up and make whatever sleeve to go on this, and to go on the taper, and then weld a pulley to it to run this. But I'm hoping I can tuck this down in there away from the filter enough, it can come up forward enough, and it'll run down inside there somewhere. I think there's enough room. I can always get down low, but I don't want to get too low with it. I'd like it to be up here somewhere, and then with a little adjustment somewhere, which isn't a huge deal to figure out either. So that's where that's headed. And then, you know, the regulator, we'll stick this somewhere. It don't even really matter that much, as long as I can put a ground to the motor somewhere. So I guess we'll figure that one out. Make a spot, something. Anyway, we'll figure that one out. So that's gonna all go in there. So that's the plan so far. All right, real quick. I got the air cleaner put on. That actually worked out pretty good. So that's on there. That looks pretty sweet. I like it. But as I was doing that, the Amazon stopped by. Yes, whatever you want to call it. I tell you what, there's right. I think this is what I think it is. Oh, it is too. Oh, look at those. So those are going to be the exhaust. I say those, there's two. So I'm going to run duals on this. They come with a little, some hardware. You know, they got a clamp that'll go around the body, clamp that somewhere. So I got my exhaust here. This is just a piece. I have more exhaust pieces coming. I want to loop this around. I don't really want the exhaust blowing at me, so I think I'm going to try to get it. Although Oh, I have the side. So this thing used to have these sideboards that go here. So maybe I can't just stick them off the front. Maybe I'll just face them down. Maybe I'll just do that. Face them right down in the front. That'd be loud. It'd be so loud. With just that much pipe. Anyway, I got more pipes coming. The plan was to kind of come and dump them down through. So the tires I'm worried about are going to hit these sideboards. But I thought it was cool to be able to put these back on. Something we got to think about. These tires are going to come up and hit these. Where it flexes. But anyway, that's the exhaust. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them yet. Wow, it would just be too much. It'd be too short of pipe. Too short of pipe. But anyway, we'll figure out something. Whether I bring them all the way back, tuck them under the boards. Maybe I'll turn them and kick them out a little bit. Maybe I'll run them all the way back. Like some side pipes. Of course, then they'll get hammered by rocks. I'm not running them all the way up the back. I don't like that. Too much pipe. I don't know. I don't know yet. But we'll figure out something. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. But anyway, I got two of them. So those are the mufflers I'm going to use. Boy, they're hollow. They're going to be loud. So on this tractor, which is one of the downfalls. Let me get this jacked up. One of the downfalls of this, if I pull a wheel off here. So this tractor has a massive front axle underneath it. Okay, it's huge. I mean, don't look huge from this way, but it's from down. It's beefy. It's thick. Okay, super thick axle, much heavier than a John Deere axle. I don't understand it because it's semi-swept forward. Huge, heavy axle, and they put these dinky little 3/4 spindles on it. It doesn't make sense to me. So I want to run these tires, which are the what are they? The 19s, I think. You know, and it's always they're the 19s, but they got a 1-inch hub in them, or 1-inch for a 1-inch spindle. They are fluid filled, but I want to run these, and they have the rim lock bead there. But A, the spindle's too short, and B, it's a 3/4 spindle. So I ordered some spacer sleeves. So it should go on the 3/4 and then the 1-inch, and then it should sleeve into the 1-inch. Okay, and then it goes on the 3/4. Well, they fit nice. So I want to go like this. Wait, once it's on there, it's on there. I'll tap that on. I also got to have it a little bit longer. So I'm hoping, obviously the second one will slide it on. I think it'll carry. If not, I can always weld a piece on the end of it. But I'm going to knock that one on, knock this one on. I'll cut it off what it needs to be cut off to fit through here. And then we'll put the bolt back in. So that's the plan for that. I have to reinforce these. And then they'll break off here at some point. And then at that point, I'll have to, I guess, do a John Deere axle or something with a 1-inch spindle. I can make knuckles. Like, I'm kind of trying to, I'm not trying to do this tractor on the cheap. I just, you know, I don't want to get into a ton of it. Charlie Horse takes up enough of my money. So we're going to see if this will work. I'll knock the other one on, and it'll beef it up. I'll brace these, and I'll brace this. Usually I make a triangulated piece that takes in the whole thing and gussets this at the same time. So I'll probably end up doing that. So these don't bend because they are long. They're probably 5 inches long, way out there. So that's what we're going to do. Try to pop these on there. See what I need for distance. I'll have to measure through there. I think it's like 3 1/4. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do, so these are footboard extenders. They were here. I kind of like them. The wheel's going to rub. All sorts of bad stuff is going to happen when I use these. But I kind of like them. So we're going to see what happens. I got to trim them out for the motor a little bit, just a little bit, and then a little bit of this corner, because it won't go. It definitely won't go up. Underneath that bolt must have been, but it won't go over anymore. So I gotta take this off. Oh, who's coming in?
Are you videoing?
I am videoing. You want to be in the video?
I feel like dog shit.
You look beautiful.
Do I?
Yeah, you want to be in the video?
I'm a good faker.
You gotta say hi.
Do I like come
You're
out
not even
natural?
Yeah, you look natural. There she is. There she is. Mrs. Hot Lap. Whoa. Alright, so I cut a couple notches out of it. Let's see how our layout is. It might take a couple. Oh, maybe we're. Oh no. What am I hitting now? That's weird. Oh. Yeah, right there. Where I added that extra plate. Okay. This on there. Give this a little wacky. So that's looking real good. That's looking real good. So I guess a good starting point would be just put it on top. I mean, hopefully it's close. That'd be pretty close. All right, I got those back on. I really like those. They look cool. they kind of continue that up to the front. I think it makes it look pretty cool. So the plan, I got these mufflers. And I can't decide. I have two of them, one for each. Boy, they're just see-through. I don't know if you can see that. Boy, we'll see how they sound. So, I like the way they look like this. Right off the front. I also like the way they look like this off the front. But the problem is, exhaust comes out forward. I bought two of these, which is just a standard header pipe or something, whatever. So I have two of them. They just got some curves. Thought about putting that on there. Maybe doing this. Oop. Maybe doing that. All right, so exhaust. Exhaust. So I got these header pieces. That's kind of how they're going to be set up, almost like shortened stacks. I really dig it. It doesn't do any service here like this, but man, it's going to be a cool look. I got to do some modifications. I want this loop to be, so I want this guy to be kind of where it is. And there's one on the other side. It's going to look cool. So I want that to be kind of where it is. But I need this loop is going to have to be, I want it back, something like that. Well, I got to make sure that I can do the other one the same. Something like that. So it's in front, inside the tractor. This will be up here. I got to cut this so that I can extend it so that it comes out, down, down, around, and then that up there. Okay, and I got two little stacks there. It looks really cool in person. And then this one, the same kind of thing. Of course, this cylinder, this sits ahead of the other one, so we'll have to make each one individual. So I want this to slide back, something like that. And this will be closer. That'll be up, that'll be turned. Anyway, I gotta cut this, shorten it. I got both stacks tacked up. They look pretty sweet. I hope I don't get exhaust in the face. If I do, we'll have to readdress something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But they look pretty sweet. So I'm going to pull them off. and weld them all up. I'm not going to show that on video. And then I guess we'll go from there. Okay, so today's project, I don't know if these are all being the same video. It might be, whatever. So I want to get this this alternator. It's not an alternator. It's a high-powered stator. I mean, is what it is. Let's be honest. So got permanent magnets in here. We've talked about this before in a stator coil, but it really puts out the business. So it's a two-wire hookup, just like a stator would be. And then you got your regulator. Your regulator's got your two AC draws. Boom, boom. Which is your outside, which will be one of each one of these wires. One. Your B, your center one is your B plus, which is your return to your battery, right? That's what's putting the juice back in the battery. And the regulator puts it back in at the proper interval. So this I'm not concerned. I got to mount this obviously, but I got to get this fit in the front of this thing. And to get it fit in the front, it's a little funky. So I think what I'm going to do is, the hood's in my way. I got to open up the hood. There's a grill screen in here, and I put it back in there, and I'm kind of regretting it now. I think I'm going to yank that out. I also have to try. So this is the original windings out of the generator. So this motor has a coned tapered crankshaft. So this has the tapered fitting in here. So I'm going to try to hack this thing all apart and get that tapered piece out of there, and then hopefully I can figure out how far I can weld a pulley up on that. I have some pulleys. I might just run a 6, maybe a 6 to this or something. We'll see what happens. No matter how fast you wind it, you know, you're going to run through the regulator. So I'm gonna dismantle this, I think, try to get this thing pulled out, this cone, and then go from there. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to order a tapered shaft adapter, and it'll be what it is. And yeah, so anyway, that's where we're headed. Okay, I found a spot in there for this. I just made a little spacer inside there to hold it off the motor. But anyway, we're gonna have a little bit of adjustment, which will probably be, that'll be short. If I find the right belt, that'll be just enough adjustment. So I gotta make an arm to come here and go into that hole to lock it. So what I found, this is a wheel horse deck lift arm. Okay, I've got my alternator mounted. Regulators there. We're adjustable there. We're all mounted on there. This has a tapered shaft in it. And because I'm so cheap, an adapter for this is anywhere from 50 to 80 bucks.
I'm not driving the tractor off it. I'm running a freaking belt to run the alternator. So I'm not spending 50 bucks. But what I do have is pulley, 6-inch pulley. That'll give me like a 2.5 to 1, so that'll be fine. Okay, it's got a 1-inch bore hub in it. So if I put that on there like so, and I kind of eyeball it, it is really close to lining up. It's got to go in a 1/2 inch or so. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to drill down into this. I'll do a little bit of time, drill it, I'll check it, I'll drill it, I'll check it, I'll drill it, I'll check it, until we can dial this in. And then with that little bit of chamfer on there, once I put a bolt on the end of this and just cram it tight, make sure it's square. I may weld a washer here if it goes over the end. If not, cram it tight. That's more than enough to drive that belt. So let's get it set up in the drill press. And we'll drill a little bit. We'll drill a little bit and then we'll try it. Well, there we go, we're charging. That's a temporary belt. I just stitched it together for now, but it is charging. I think I'm going to take it for